Hi, my name is Ashley Hawkins, and I'm one of the fourth grade teachers at GC Burkhead Elementary School. And today, our fourth graders are presenting their Living Leaders project. They have chosen a leader in history, and they have written a paragraph about why their leader was a good leader. And they have prepared a project, and they are presenting those to our current third graders. We hope you enjoy.
My name's Cadence Blackstone. I'm from the fourth grade, and I'm doing Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was born on February 15th, 1820 in Adams, Massachusetts. Susan was a Quaker, a religion which believed in peace, equality, and social justice for all people. Growing up, Susan's family was involved in the abolitionist movement, which wanted to end slavery. When Susan B. Anthony moved to Bentonville, New York, she was homeschooled because her dad didn't think the local schools were good enough. At the age of 3, she began to read and write. Susan B. Anthony attended a Quaker school in Philadelphia when she was 17. She faced public opposition. She and her women's suffrage group was called names, and also stuff was thrown at them. Susan B. Anthony attempted to vote in 1873, but then they arrested her and was found guilty. Many men did not believe women were able to make decisions, such as voting. Susan B. Anthony was a pioneer in the women's suffrage movement, the right to vote. She also was on a coin for her hard work. She's also known for her early work as an abolitionist. She's also known for the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. She started the National Women's Suffrage Association. And here's just some pictures of the women's suffrage.
Hi, my name's Akeem Poitier. I'm doing Jackie Robinson. He was born on January 31st, 1919, died October 24th, 1927. Here is one of his signature quotes that he made. A life is not important except in the impact it has on others' lives. Childhood. He was the youngest of 5 children facing the challenge of his family low incomes. He later moved to Pasadena, California, with his family, where they were among the few black families on their block. He was one of the 4 African Americans on the 1939 UCLA Bruin football team. This made ULC college football team most integrated team. Obstacles. He was the first Black American to join baseball Major League in 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers. He faced instant physical and physical threats, and the pressure of representing his race. He won the National League Rookie of the Year award in his first season, battling 297 with 125 runs, scores, and 29 stolen bases. He broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, becoming the first black player in the modern era to play in the league. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hi, I'm Maddie Watts. I'm in 4th grade and I'm presenting Simone Biles. Simone's childhood was like she was foster care due to her mother's substance abuse issues. She had 2 sisters named Andrea Biles and Ashley Biles. Simone went to Bennifer Elementary School in Texas. Simone was homeschooled for high school. Simone was in Bennifer Middle School. Simone had to face life challenges being born into a family struggling with addiction and being placed in foster care before being adopted. Simone is the most decorated American gymnast in history, with an impressive record of Olympic and World Championship medals. She has 2 silver medals, 2 bronze, 4 gold, and 11 Olympic medals, and 30 World Championship medals. Simone is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. One of her signature moves is called the Biles. She has ADHD. She is a strong role model. She has won 6 all-around titles. She is known as the Biles II, and she is the first black gymnast to ever win the championships. Thanks for listening to my presentation.
Today I'm George Washington, and he was the first president of the United States. He helped win the American Revolution and planned an attack on British troops in a boat. His father died when he was 11, and his older brother helped raise him. And he was born 1732 and died 1799. He was taught basic subjects including reading, writing, and mathematics. He didn't get any minimum formal education, and he was commander-in-chief in the Continental Army.
Hi, I'm Ariana Rigdon, and I did Albert Einstein. When I was little, I lived in Munch, Germany. And I didn't start speaking till around 3. I learned geometry when I was 12 because my uncle gave me geometry books. One of my obstacles are I am Jewish, and Hitler was trying to kill all of the Jews, so I had to leave Germany. I made the famous equation E equals mc squared. E means energy, m means mass, c means speed of light. If you go to the very last slide, you can see some of the quotes he wrote.
Hello, I'm Elena Carter. Hello, I am Sacagawea. I was born in Lehigh Country, which is now Idaho. When I was 12, I was kidnapped by the Hidatsa tribe and sold to slavery for several years. Before I was kidnapped, I was taught how to identify edible plants and taught about my landscape. And right after I was kidnapped, I got help on the Lewis and Clark expedition, which was a little hard considering the fact I had to carry my son, Pomp, also known as Gene. One of my famous quotes is, "Everything I do is for my people."
Hi, my name is Eternity, and today we are going to be talking about George Washington. George Washington was our first president of the United States. George Washington's most important events include leading the army. His half-older brothers received.
I'm Jack Delabar, and I chose Stevie Delabar, my dad. Have you ever had a favorite leader? Because my favorite leader is Stevie Delabar, my dad. Here's some reasons why. First, he's inspiring. He's a really good pitcher and has inspired me many times. Next, he's helpful. He's helped me get through a lot of stuff like baseball. Lastly, he is very hardworking. Right now, he has 3 jobs and is good at all of them. In conclusion, these are some reasons I think Stevie Delabar is a great leader.
My name is Anna Grimes, and my living leader is Miss Mahone. Let's start out with the slides first. So, obviously you know that I chose Miss Mahone for my living leader. Miss Mahone is one of the best teachers and tries her best to be brain rowdy like us.
It's fact time now. Miss Mahone was married to her college sweetheart. Second, Miss Mahone was married in Jamaica. And third, Miss Mahone did not always want to be a teacher. She wanted to be a nurse. And Miss Mahone is my living leader, and this is why. Miss Mahone sometimes lets us do fun things on Friday. On Fridays, we do bookets, and one time, Layla and I did a poster where our theme was Summerween Party, and it was really fun. I got to do the math. Second, Miss Mahone is a good teacher and helps us get our math done, step by step. Lastly, Miss Mahone is a very nice person and should not be disrespected. I hear some kids, not all, speak trash about Miss Mahone, even though she has us do bookets and other fun stuff. In conclusion, you know that Miss Mahone is one of my favorite teachers.
Hi, I'm Analia Johnson, and I chose Olivia Rodrigo as my living leader. Olivia Rodrigo was born February 20th, 2003. Her breakthrough came from Instagram. In 2009, Olivia began taking singing and acting classes. 2010, May 10th, at age 7, Olivia made her on-screen appearance in an Old Navy commercial. In 2016, Olivia gained fame in her role as a guitarist in the Disney Channel series Bizarre Dark. In 2017, Instagram hashtag Kind Comments campaigned Olivia and co-star Madison Yu partnered with My Friends Place to support homeless youth, encourage their fans to spread kindness. Olivia Rodrigo partnered with Gina Davis Institution and became a speaker on gender in media. Also, Olivia became the face of Weekend STEM. And then I made a poem about why I chose Olivia Rodrigo as my living leader. In the spotlight's glow, she stands so tall, a voice for the voiceless, answering the call. With lyrics that echo and actions that lead, Olivia inspires, planting hope seeds to advertising rights to implying youth. She speaks with power, unvowed in truth. Through music and actions, she paves the way, a leader for justice every single day.
I'm Colby Nichols, and I'm talking about Sophia Smith. Sophia Smith, this is her birthday is in 2000, and she's still alive to this day. She lives in Portland, Oregon. Smith grew up with two older sisters. Sophia started soccer at the age of 5. She played soccer for the Timothy Twisters as a kid. Some fun facts about Sophia Smith is her soccer number is 11 and 9. She's married to Michael Wilson. Sophia Smith loves animals. She's pretty good at interior design. She has scored 24 goals. And then she's famous for soccer. She plays for the Team USA in Portland. And some character traits about her is she's strong, she has strong confidence, relentless drive, funny, she's joyful, and she's strong. And then here's some stuff she might carry around. And then this is my 3.8 about Sophia Smith. And I believe Sophia Smith is a good leader, and here's a few reasons why. First, Sophia Smith is kind-hearted. In some of her soccer games, she will help her teammates if they're hurt. She is an animal lover. She's getting a dog, and she had a dog growing up alongside other pets like a sugar glider and a tortoise, and a bunny. Lastly, she's a good person. She donates money to charity, like she's donated to Boys in Sports. There are a few reasons why I think Sophia Smith is a good leader. And then here's a few pictures of her.
Hi, my name is Elena Owens Vasquez. I did Selena Quintanilla by Elena. Her early life, Selena had two siblings, A.B. and Suzette. She was part of her family's band Los Dinos. From the age of 9, she spent most of her time performing in her family's restaurants. Her date of birth and her death date. Selena was born on April 16, 1971 in Freeport, Texas. She died on March 31, 1995 in Corpus Christi, Texas after being shot by her close friend and manager. What she was famous for: Selena was famous for being an English singer and a Spanish singer. Selena also had her own boutique where she designed her own clothes and many other things. Selena was also spokesperson for Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Where in the world is? She lived in Corpus Christi, Texas with her family. She is also buried in Corpus Christi, Texas. Character traits: kind, loving, friendly, and dear-minded. I don't know. Her favorite color was purple and black. Fun fact: she designed her own wardrobe. She loved mushrooms on her pizza. She had her own pet snake named Daisy. Her father was her manager. She married her guitar player, Chris. She did a lot of volunteer work. She also started singing when she was 4 years old. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Anderson Westcott, and I did Simone Biles. And some things about her: she was born March 14, 1997. 2003, she started gymnastics. 2012, she joined the U.S. Olympic team. 2015, she won 4 gold medals. 2019, became the oldest woman to win the U.S. championship. She also got married. A fun fact: her favorite candy is Hershey's.
My name is Henry Bergner, and my leader is Tyler Black. My leader, Tyler Black, is a good leader because of these things. The bat represents taking charge. The field represents deep-rooted knowledge. The ball represents teamwork. The chain represents strong communication. The trophy represents a positive attitude. These skills make Tyler Black a good leader. Thank you.
My name is Bellamy Wooldridge, and on my Living Leaders project, I did my dad, or, well, David Wooldridge, which you could call him because that's his real name. And he's a really cool dude. Like, he's in the U.S. Army, pretty cool. So yeah, you could say he's like the coolest person you could probably ever meet, so. And then you have his bravery, like the type of brave you would need to stand in front of probably millions of people at the local parade and hold a flag of honor at the local parade, which is really, really important. And then you have the supportive and kind part of him. He is really supportive because he had this one work trip where he basically was going to go somewhere important, but then he went to my school play instead of going to that work trip, which was really kind of him. And he's being supportive through the whole play, and that's just the one thing I really loved. And then you have his adventurous part, which basically helped me through my fears a lot, because I used to have this fear where I was scared of water, like I didn't want to ever go kayaking. Then he told me to go kayaking and said it would be fun, which it really was, and it was really fun going kayaking. And now I'm no longer scared of the water, I guess. Yeah, I'm no longer scared. And then you have the fun facts. Member of the EOD, Explosive Ordnance Disposal. Basically, he just disposes of bombs, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Turned 40 just this year. Wow, he's pretty old, I guess. 2 years until he can retire, so not that long. Well, at least for me, because he's my child, or I'm his child. So he's pretty much defused every bomb known to man. So probably millions, I guess. I've asked him this, so we can prove it. He used to wear a bomb suit, something like this. It's not very comfortable, so I don't recommend wearing one. It's not that fun. That's not that fun. And then that's the end.
My name is Landon, and I did it on my grandpa. And My Grandpa Jr. is a great leader. First, he is loving and caring. For example, he is always making food for people, even when they didn't ask. Next, he always tries to help. For example, when I get hurt, he tries his best, the best way he can to help. Lastly, it's funny when he says, "Shut your trap," with my brother being too loud. So that's why I think my Grandpa Jr. is a great leader. Thank you.
My name's Anna Lynn, and I did Eleanor Roosevelt. She was born October 11, 1884, and died November 7, 1962. Her early life. Eleanor's parents, Elliot and Anna, died when she was young. At age 8, Eleanor went to live with her grandmother. In 1899, she went to school in England. Some fun facts. She was nominated 3 times for the Nobel Peace Prize. She married the 32nd President of the U.S., Franklin D. Roosevelt. She had 6 children. She was born Anna Eleanor, but went by her middle name. She flew a plane with Amelia Earhart. And some character traits: careful, hardworking, strong, and smart. What is she famous for? Being an active First Lady who worked for human rights. Where in the world is Eleanor Roosevelt? She was born in New York City and went to school in England and passed away in New York.
Hi, I am Braden Gutter, and I chose Ashley Hawkins, and this is my slideshow about her. And I am blind, so... And here's a slideshow about it. Who is this person? Ashley Hawkins. She was born in August 3rd, 1985. Where in the world is Ashley Hawkins? E-Town, Kentucky. Born in Louisville, Kentucky. The end.
So why'd you pick this person?
Because she is my teacher and she's a very fun teacher.
Hi, I'm Hannah Castillo, and I chose Helen Keller as my living leader. Helen Keller, when she was 19 months old, she became blind and deaf from a sickness. The doctor said she wouldn't live, but she did, and that was amazing. For 5 years, Helen Keller was blind and deaf. But she met Anne Sullivan. Anne Sullivan couldn't heal her, but Anne Sullivan taught her how to write Braille and read sign language. Anne Sullivan changed her life. After that, Helen became a graduate from Harvard University. That's really hard to do. She got a medal. I can't remember what it's called. She got that medal, and she also got to meet Alexander Graham Bell. Fun fact, Alexander Graham Bell paid for her college and and helped her to get to work together. Well, I hope you learned a lot about Helen Keller, and this is a Braille writer too. Like you could write Braille, like so say your name starts with an A, or like the first sentence. So you take those out, so it matches to that one, like to the letter you're doing, and then you would split it in half, and then so it's on that one. So that's the one you would click, and then that's A. And then also this is an eraser, so if you mess up, you can just like erase it. So I hope you learned a lot about Helen Keller. Thank you for listening.
And my name is Case. I'm doing Josh Allen as my living leader. And his date of birth was May 21st, 1996, Fallenberg, California. And his NFL draft was 2018, first round, 7th pick. He got drafted by the Buffalo Bills. And he got NFL Most Valuable Player in 2024. He respects his teammates and the other team. for different players and competitiveness and belief in himself. He was characterized by a bleed of fame work and a passion for sports. Allen grew up on a 300-acre cotton farm in Fallenberg, California. He is a huge Elvis Presley fan. Allen is a passionate golfer and pro ball. I hope that you agree that Josh Allen is a great leader.
My name is Audrey Dakin, but today I'm going to be Maria Tallchief because that's who I chose. I chose her because I am a dancer, and she was the very first Native American prima ballerina. I built this diorama of her to show what her surroundings and a stage might have looked like for her. I drew this drawing over here, and the book that you see I brought because Firebird is the role that she played when she was still alive. Hi, my name's Emma Drain, and I chose Alex Morgan as my living leader. She was born June 2nd, 2009. She's known for her famous soccer. Her early life, in 2009, she became the youngest player on the U.S. women's national soccer team. 2 years later, she helped her team reach the World Cup finals. And her character traits are inspiring, bravery, athletic, persistent, determined, and compassionate. Where she is, she lived and where she is now, and she is in San Dimas, California, and she still lives there, and she was born there. And her teamwork and strategy, which is also her fun facts, she was called Mighty Mouse when she was a kid because she was so fast. She was a striker for the U.S. women's national soccer team. She won 2 World Cups. At 14, she started soccer.